Hi, Brandon Walker, more Cowbell, the Mississippi State podcast for now on SEC Country. Here we are. We are in the studios. We are just fine. Everything's good. Hello, Chad Mask. We're gonna have this show today. We're gonna keep doing a show. We're gonna keep doing a show until June 30th. At which point we'll figure something else out. Hail State from Itawamba County. Hello, Jessica Michelle Nanny. Grace Thacker Good live in Stark Vegas. Jay Hammer says good morning. Good morning to you, Jay. Thank you for your note that you sent me on Facebook. I didn't answer all of them, and I'm sorry. Lance Chain, what's up? Scott H. Shilton, thank you very much. Good morning, Hail State. Jennifer Tipton. Looking good, very Shrekish, says Robbie Stevens. Thank you very much. And that makes me feel good. Savannah, Georgia. Hello, Shondell Miles. D. Curtis, hello, thank you. Danielle Wayland Gode. Hi, Danielle. Ryan McMichael's finally back. Boy, have I got news for Ryan McMichael. Glad to see your ugly mug, Brandon. Reed Burrell, thank you very much. Hello from West Point. Hello, Tracy Davis. Thank you for being here. Hail State from Weisinger Small Engine Repair, Rob Hadaway. You guys hiring over there at Weisinger Small Engine Repair? Hail State from Goshen, Mississippi, Matt Thornton. So I'm going to talk about it. I'll talk about it. I'll let you know what's going on. We're all family here, right? We're all tight. I'll let you know. Hail State from Houston. Is that Texas or Mississippi? Stephanie Landau Selena. Hail State from Belmont, Isaac Sparks. 100 Days video got me pumped. Is it football time yet? Corey Dickey. Oh, I should play that on today's show, but I not in the mood to be pumped. That's what she said. Anyway, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Hail State from Saltillo, Mac McBrayer. Kenny Manning says I'm 2017 Egg Bowl type mad. I hear you. I hear you. We'll talk about it. We're going to talk about on the show today, well, what's going on with the show, and then we'll talk about Athlon with its preseason All-SEC picks. We'll talk about Gary Parrish picking Mississippi State 15th in the country. And, hey, Thursday throwback trivia. Christopher Smith says, can I buy one of the Cowbells? Yes, you can. They are all on sale for $500 each. $500 each. That's 8 Cowbells for $500 each. That's about $3,000. So if you want the whole set, it'll be $3,000.
I'll buy it.
Steve C says, updating your resume. I have. Yeah, sure have. Somebody sends me a check for $3,000 cash. They can have all 8 of these Cowbells, this desk, this computer, and one of my kids. No, not one of my kids. Two
I'll
of
go.
them.
You can send me.
Terp. For $3,500, I'll throw Terp in. Actually, it's $3,000 without Terp and $2,500 with Terp. Yes, I know it's $4,000 for the set. That was the joke. I was acting like I couldn't do math. Hail State from Pocahontas, Mississippi, which I still don't think is real, Roger Hale Morris. I still don't think that's real.
I think Pocahontas is real.
I know Pocahontas. Well, was she real?
Definitely.
She was
John
real?
Smith.
Yeah, John Smith. Yeah, back in the back in like the
couple weeks
1930s, way back then. But I know she's real. But the town of Pocahontas, Mississippi doesn't actually exist.
I don't know.
Did you see the Forbes.com article about state in Florida? I did not. I'll have to check that out. I've been checked out a couple of days, to be honest. I've been checked out. Hail State, Columbus, and Starkville. Hello, Willie Harris. Hail State from Alabama, going to miss the show, Brandon. Appreciate your service. Well, Keon DeWan Nettles. You're right to miss the show, but there's a good chance the show's going to be just fine. We'll catch on somewhere. We'll be all right. Hail State from Ringgold. Pocahontas is on US 49 in Hinds County. Thank you very much. Wow. A lot of people know where Pocahontas is. What was the Pocahontas song from the Disney movie? Nothing? You guys aren't paying attention. You're just talking. You already checked out? Y'all swapping resume tips in there?
Hello.
What are you doing? You affecting a British accent?
Yeah.
Trying to? Okay. Love this time slot, Mark Wilson. Thanks. Really hate you won't be doing the show anymore. For what it's worth, you're the best at what you do. Thank you very much for whoever said that. I missed. Hail State from West Point. Hello, Mike Stringer in West Point. Colors of the Wind. Thank you. Yes, Colors of the Wind. Hail State from Baton Rouge. Okay, today we're going to talk about Athlon. We're going to talk about the top 15. Mississippi State, Gary Parrish picked Mississippi State basketball to finish in the top 15. And we'll talk about my show a little bit. I'll let you inside a little bit. I'll tell you what's going on. I'll tell you what our plans are, what my plans are personally, and yeah. Hey, Landshark, throw my email up there. So if you want to email the show, we've got a show coming up, for another 5 weeks, I guess, until June 30th. That's when we'll be kicked out of this studio. But until June 30th, that's my email if you want to get at me. If you want to talk to me, if you want to give me a comment, if you want to give me whatever, if you want to give me a job offer. Excuse me. That's my email right there on the screen, right there. It's time to come home, Brandon McMbrayer. Yeah, I'm starting to think about that too. I'm starting to think that might be about right. I was sitting in traffic today in Atlanta, and I'm thinking, boy, this might be over soon, and that's going to be fantastic. Hail State from Augusta, Georgia. Hello, Chris Phillips. Hail State and best wishes from Sharpsburg, Georgia, Mason Griffin. So, we're going to talk about all that Mississippi State stuff. I want to tell you before I get – I'll do this on the show. Are you ready to go?
Yes.
Just say yes or no.
See.
Let's go.
It's the More Cowbell Show, brought to you by SEC Country. And now, your host of the More Cowbell Show, Brandon Walker.
That's me, Brandon Walker. More Cowbell, the Mississippi State podcast presented by SEC Country. For now, we are rung in here on a Thursday here in the SEC Country studio. It's beautiful outside Atlanta right now. I got Landshark over there. I got Terp over there. I got the entire Shrekking crew. I've got myself. Hey, guys. How are you? Looking good.
Hey.
All right, that's how they'll look as Walmart greeters in the next couple of weeks. Okay, good stuff. Now, Brandon Walker on More Cowbell. We've got some news to talk about. If you haven't been watching Twitter or Facebook or the intimate dealings of my life, I'll inform you on some news very, very shortly. On today's show, we are going to talk about Mississippi State football. Athlon came up with their preseason All-SEC picks. They got 9 Mississippi State Bulldogs in the list. I think that was 3rd in the conference. That's not bad. Pretty good. We'll also talk. Gary Parrish has Mississippi State 15th in the country going into next basketball season, next men's basketball season. So that is high praise indeed. And at the end of the show, we will definitely have Thursday Throwback Trivia, and I am more confident about the answers to this week's trivia than I was last week's because I spent much more time, much more effort on it. Hello, Vakisha Hodges. Thank you for being on Facebook Live. Hello, Robin Fitzgerald Cornell from Watkinsville, Georgia. I appreciate all of you being here. And with that, let me go ahead and tell you that, SEC Country, as of June 30th, will no longer exist. They've pulled the plug. We are owned by Cox, and they've decided, it's their company. It's not my company. It's not my decision. So they've decided to go ahead and end SEC Country. So that will also end my time on SEC Country with More Cowbell. I don't know that it ends the More Cowbell show. I don't know that it ends. It certainly doesn't end what I'm doing. But as of June 30th, we will no longer be on SEC Country. We'll no longer have the studio available to us. So what does it mean? I don't know yet. We just found out yesterday I'm unemployed as of June 30th. I know that. Which, anytime you can be an unemployed father of 4 at 39 years old, you got to try it. But anyway, I don't know what it means. I'm sure I will find another job. I will bounce back. I will go somewhere. But here's my promise to you. Wherever I land, it will be with a microphone in my hand. I've been a sports writer for a long time. I've been doing this for a couple of years. I like this more. I like to do this. I'm going to keep doing this. I'm going to keep a microphone. I'm going to keep being sarcastic. I'm going to keep hating on Ole Miss. I'm going to keep wearing my beautiful gear from Maroon and Company. I'm going to keep ringing the heck out of these cowbells. I'm going to keep doing all of this that you see right here. Whether it's on the side, whether it's as my main job, whatever it is, I'm still going to do it. So if you're with me right now, if you're watching, if you've been with me, and a couple thousand of you have been, stay with me because it's about to get real. And I'm about to go back to where I used to be and just talk however I want to. But, so more Cowbell is ending on SEC Country. Flash the email address there. By the way, Mama might be calling me home. I'm just saying. If you got a company in Mississippi that needs a 39-year-old overweight fat guy, there's my email address right there on the screen. Hi, I am not too proud. I promise you. I'm not too proud for anything. I hope you keep it going. I'll figure out a way to keep it going, Joy D's. I've already had a couple of offers and I think I'll be able to keep doing this on the side. I think I'll be able to keep doing this in some fashion, and I might make this a business. I might figure out how to make this a business and make this work and make this be my only thing because I will not stop doing this. I promise you. I got a lot of messages from you guys before we get to the show. I got a lot of messages from you guys yesterday. A lot of people on here. Bonnie Williamson Gable tweeted me. I can't name everybody. Jay Hammers. Everybody, a lot of the regulars either messaged me on Twitter or emailed me on the show. So many people reached out to me, and it meant a lot to me because all my media colleagues, also Steve Robertson, Brian Haydad, Robbie Falk reached out to me. Joe Coleman reached out to me at Starkville Daily News. Bill Martin at Mississippi State reached out to me, and I'm going to share the last one. I'm going to keep the last one to myself of who reached out to me, but a lot of people have asked me how we're doing, and we're gonna be fine. So. That's it. Well, that's all I'll talk about with that. We're going to keep going with the show until June 30th, and we'll keep talking crap about Ole Miss, and we'll keep talking good things about Mississippi State until then. So, Athlon came out with their I'm a little more relaxed. Have you noticed this, Terp? I didn't shave today. First time I've never shaved for the show. I'm just I'm liable to say anything.
Having fun.
We're having fun. Having a good time.
Loose show.
Yeah. How's that? Are you drinking in there? No.
Maybe.
There's okay. It's available to you though.
It is. Yes, it is available.
So, yeah. Mm-hmm. Athlon came out with their preseason All SEC picks, and they like 9 Mississippi State Bulldogs on their preseason All SEC. Thank you very much. I noticed this is about empty. I noticed there's not much left in there.
Where did all that go?
I wonder where that went. Excuse me. They don't sponsor the show. Am I just supposed to?
Yeah. There you go.
Wow. All right, Athlon. Please let me get to this. Athlon comes out with their all SEC picks. They've got 9 Mississippi State Bulldogs on the list. I'll go down the list real quick. Run that graphic for me, Landshark, that you so lovingly put together. Got Nick Fitzgerald on the 4th team. He's behind Tua Tagovailoa. He's behind Locke. He's behind Stidham. Harris Williams, 2nd team behind Damian Harris. Darrell Williams, 2nd team offensive lineman. Elton Jenkins and Deion Calhoun, 4th team offensive lineman. Montez Sweat. Jeffrey Simmons, the 2 first-teamers. Mark McLaurin, 2nd team. And Jace Christmas, 4th team. Now, I don't know why, Landshark, you were half-assing this graphic, but you got to Mark McLaurin, you decided to write out 2nd, whereas Darrell Williams, you had 2nd, 2 ND. So you just kind of you just kind of did whatever there, huh? You already checked out? Are you back on the square?
She claims that she copy and pasted.
Oh, is that what I did? Okay. So let's leave that graphic up for a second. I do want to talk about it. Nick Fitzgerald, 4th team. He's coming off an injury. I don't have a huge problem with this. I like that he's ahead of Fromm because I think Fromm from Georgia is the most overrated player in the entire SEC, and a lot of people are going to have him in the top 3 of all SEC for preseason, and that's just BS. But Fitzgerald at 4th, I don't have a huge problem with it. I think Locke and Stidham definitely should be in the top 3. I think Fitzgerald probably should be in the top 3 over Tua. Why don't we let Tua prove it? I know that we think Tua is going to be very good, but even though it was the most important half of football in his life, it was only one half of football. Why don't we let him prove this? Why don't we let him prove he can be as good as he can be before we put him up at number 1? But I don't have a huge problem with that. Aris Williams was a pleasant surprise to me. You know, some in the fan base don't want Aris Williams to start. I want Aris Williams to start Point City, and I want Kylan Hill to get a lot of carries too. I think we have the best running back tandem in the entire SEC that nobody talks about. But Aris Williams, second team in all SEC for Athlon behind Damian Harris at Alabama. That's high praise. And Aris did run for 1,100 yards last year. It's a very good running back. Offensive line, you got 3 offensive linemen from Mississippi State in the top 4 teams there. Darrell Williams, Elton Jenkins, Deion Calhoun. Would have loved to see Greg Island there. Montez Sweat and Jeffrey Simmons are no-brainer first team. They'll be first team All-SEC with the media. They'll be first team in every single publication that comes out. Both could be first-round picks. Jeffrey Simmons could be a top 10 pick. They are 2 of the best defensive players in the entire league. Mark McLaurin led the SEC in interceptions last year, and Jace Christman, with his Heisman campaign, was much needed at kicker for Mississippi State last season. A couple of snubs. Gary Green needs to be somewhere on that list. If you've got 4 defensive line positions and you're going 4 deep, that's 16 defensive linemen. That's what math at West Point High School taught me. Didn't learn math in West Point Public Schools until high school. But Gary Green had 6.5 sacks last year. Is he one of the top 16 defensive linemen in the SEC? Yes, he is. I'm surprised that no linebackers from Mississippi State made this list. Willie Gay, Errol Thompson. I mean, Leo Lewis. Mississippi State is loaded at linebacker, and it seems like nobody knows that. Jonathan Abram is safety. He is a very good safety, very good player back there. I would think he would make the 2 safety spots. I think he made the top 8. He did not, but those are the snubs. Overall, I think Athlon paints a pretty good picture. It's a loaded football team. We've known it's a loaded football team. We tell everybody it's a loaded football team. Not everybody nationally and regionally gets that. Some would say Mississippi State only has 3 players. Some don't know what they're talking about. So Mississippi State is loaded for 2018. Athlon seems to recognize that, although they do have a couple of snubs that I'm not really wild about. But overall, pretty good list. Hey, I didn't talk about my shirt. More Cowbell, the Mississippi State podcast here on SEC Country. I am wearing this beautiful Mississippi State polo with the baseball logo. It's a fantastic shirt. You can get it at Maroon & Company. Father's Day is coming up. MaroonandCo.com, at Maroon & Co. on Twitter and Instagram. Highway 12 in Starkville behind Chick-fil-A. Maroon & Co. is the best place to get Mississippi State gear. You can get these bells. Just go in there and ask for the Brandon Walker special, and I have no idea what they'll give you. So yeah, check that out. Mississippi State basketball going to be good in 2018-19. Going to be really good for the first time in this decade. State has been down for so long, but it's kind of weird seeing all this hype around the basketball team, but it is justified. There's so many players coming back. There's so much talent coming back. Your top 6 scorers are back from last year, and you add a 5-star in Reggie Perry. So much talent. Gary Parrish is the one who picked Mississippi State to be 15th in the country. That is high praise, and it is going to be a very, very, very exciting time to be around Humphrey Coliseum this year. You know, the women's program has made it exciting for some years, but now the men's program is finally joining the party. Now you're going to have 2 top 15 teams in the country playing in that building. It's going to be full and loaded more often than not this year. It is going to be a very, very fun basketball program for the foreseeable future. We'll do throwback trivia, and then at the end of the show, we'll drop the podcast off, but I'm going to spend extra time with you guys on Facebook Live because I know you'll have some questions. Hi. I know you'll have some questions, but let's go ahead and do Thursday throwback trivia. What? I did top 15. You weren't paying attention. I know you're checked out. All right. I know you're coasting to the end. I know you're riding the clock here. It's fine. Y'all do whatever you're going to do. I'm just going to sit out here and do what I do. Thursday throwback trivia. Number 1, Dak Prescott holds Mississippi State's all-time record for passing yards. Wayne Matkin is second all-time in passing yards at Mississippi State. Who, my friends, is third? Dak Prescott, number 1 all-time passing yards. Wayne Matkin, number 2. Who is third all-time? Who is third all-time in passing yards at Mississippi State? Jay Hammers says Derek Tate. That is incorrect, Jay Hammers. Scott Carr says Derek Tate. John Bond from Scott H. Shilton. John Bond is not the right answer. Tyler Russell is not the right answer. Tyler Russell is not the right answer. Tate, Tyler Russell, Tyler Russell. Tate, Tyler Russell. It's not Tyler Russell. Not Matt Wyatt. Not Shell. Not Tate. Not Ralph. Not Don Smith. It's not Hennig. It is Jason Miller. Jason Miller with the correct answer. Kevin Fant. Kevin Fant, the all-time number 3 passer at Mississippi State behind Dak Prescott and Wayne Mackin. Dak Prescott, by the way, is 3,000 yards ahead of anybody else. He's going to own that record as long as that record exists. Kevin Fant, the right answer. Number 2, the Mississippi State record for sacks in a game is 5.5. 5.5 sacks in a game is the record for sacks by one player. Who set it, and in which game did he set it? Who holds that record? Most sacks in a game, 5.5. Brandon Walker, not the correct answer, Jason Brinson, but I like where your head's at. Jay Hammers, right off the bat, got this one quickly. In the 1996 Egg Bowl, Greg Favors had 5.5 sacks against Ole Miss. Mississippi State shut Ole Miss out that day. It was a glorious day, and Greg Favors, the all-time single-game sack king. Sack king. All right. Calm down. Everybody calm down. We're going to get through this. Number 3. Which 2000s era basketball Bulldog, men's basketball, holds the record for most games ever started in his career? Which Mississippi State basketball Bulldog started the most games in his career? Oh, boy. Boy, oh, boy. Jamont Gordon. That is a good guess. That's what I would have guessed, but it is incorrect. Jamont Gordon, not correct. Jude Landry has it first. Mark Wilson followed right behind him. Wayman Hodge has it. Russell Berry has it. Rob Hadaway has it. DeBost. DeBost, the correct answer. DeBost started 122 games in his career. Where is Ryan Sparks? Where's my trivia guy? He's not here today. Number 4 on Thursday Throwback Trivia. Only 2 basketball players in Mississippi State history are in the 2,000-point club, meaning they scored at least 2,000 points in their career at Mississippi State. Only 2 guys did it. Who are they? We really need some music here, just some sort of music during these delays. No, nothing? Stop that. I don't want you singing. Jay Hammers has it. That's a very easy question. Jay Hammers has it, and Scott Carr has it. Bailey Howell and Jeff Malone, the 2 top leading scorers in school history. Bailey Howell, Jeff Malone. Bailey Howell, the all-time leading scorer, I think. Jeff Malone second. Or maybe it's backwards. I don't know. One of them. Number 5. Who holds Mississippi State's single-season record in baseball for stolen bases? Who holds Mississippi State's single-season record in baseball for stolen bases? Mike Kelly, he holds a career record. Jake Mangum, no. Mike Kelly, no. Robson, no. Rooker, no. Jake Mangum, no. Boss J. Coop. Gridley, also no. Thigpen, no. Mangum, no. Jeff Davis. Alan Collins said Thigpen. Barry Winford, wasn't he a catcher? DeMarcus, I see what you're saying. That's funny. DeMarcus Henderson. Mark Wilson. Mark Wilson with the correct answer. In 1985, Dan Van Cleve stole 35 bases. 35 bases for Dan Van Cleve. That was the all-time single-season record for stolen bases at Mississippi State. And number 6, to end this, who holds Mississippi State's career record in baseball for the most games played? Who played more games as a Mississippi State Bulldog baseball player than any other person? Something in my eye. I'm okay. More games ever as a Mississippi State Bulldog baseball player than anybody else. Who did it? Bruce Castoria, no. John Cohen, close. Matthew Maniscalco, no. Jeffrey Ray, no. It seemed like Jeffrey Ray would be right. Ron Polk, that's cheating, and he didn't play. Frazier, Clark, Ray, no. Not Wes Ray. Thigpen, no. Castoria, no. Somebody just guessing Thigpen on every answer. Bradford, no. Will Clark, also no. Wayman Hodge has it first. Wayman Hodge, the Google in Aberdeen, going quickly today. Burke Masters. Burke Masters played more games at Mississippi State than any other player in history. Father Burke Masters. So good for him. Landshark, put a graphic on the screen. I gotta rub my eye. Something is wrong with me. Put a beautiful graphic on the screen. Look at that. I'm okay. All right. On the podcast, I'll let you go. Now, on the Facebook Live, give me your questions, give me your comments, give me whatever you'd like to say. If you have any questions for me, which I'm sure you do, go ahead and get them in now. We'll spend about 15 minutes together today. We'll go as far as we can go without getting kicked out of here. On the podcast, until next time, Monday. Well, not Monday. Monday's Memorial Day, right? On Tuesday, we'll be back on the podcast. My name is Brandon Walker. You've been listening to More Cowbell, the Mississippi State podcast presented by SEC Country. All right. Good stuff. So, what do you guys want to talk about today? What do you guys want to talk about today? What's for lunch, says Jay Stubbs. I have no idea. What are you guys eating for lunch? Turp, what you having for lunch?
I have not thought about it yet. I'm very hungry, though.
I'm hungry as well.
Oh, no.
I went to Grub again yesterday.
Good?
Yeah, it was all right. I got a different burger. I like the bacon.
Get number 9.
I got Bacon Love number 9 the first time, and that was better than what I got
You
yesterday.
gotta get that every time.
Biggest football player bust in history for Mississippi State? I don't know. Well, I don't. Dante Walker probably, but I don't know. I don't like answering that question, but it's probably Dante Walker. Why the hell are they getting rid of this show, says Roger Hale Morris. Good question. They're getting rid of everything. Everything. SEC Country will cease to exist. So, yeah. It's 50-cent corn dog day at Sonic. Count it. You and Jim Shute should start a podcast together. Brad Griffith, you could get banned. That would be fun. I missed it, Brandon. What was in the bottle? Oh, nothing. Bologna sandwiches. I love fried bologna. I don't care to admit to you that I'm from Mississippi and West Point, Mississippi, and fried bologna was a key part of my diet growing up. Are you doing an Alabama show too? Jay Hammers. No, I am not. Was SEC Country not making any money, says Jason Miller. I am not privy to that information. I don't know. Take over the Feinbaum show. I do have the ears for it. Paul Feinbaum has always given me hope that somebody can be the ugliest person in show business with the biggest ears possible and still make it. And I'm quite ugly, and I have huge ears. So he is my inspiration. Micah Halfacre, Hail State from San Antonio, headed to OKC for Memorial Day. Sorry I was late today. Well, that's okay. Zach Powell replaced Bob on the B&B show. I don't think they're looking to make a change. But I have talked to Brian Haydad. I will be appearing on the B&B show tomorrow. Who was your favorite assistant coach, the one that got you most excited Coach Moorhead hired or brought with him? Good question. I don't know if I was excited about any of them when they got hired because I didn't really know them, but as I've seen it develop, as I've seen it go, Charles Huff is the one that gets me going because he's a recruiter. He's a guy that's out there on some big-time running back. So is the podcast going away? David Brown, More Cowbell, the SEC Country podcast is, in fact, going away June 30th. and then I will have something. I will figure out something between now and then to keep my show going. You love the Fort Walton area? Come here. Just think of your 13 kids playing on the beach. All options are on the table, Bonnie. All options are on the table. SEC Network could be an option for you. That would be wonderful if it was. BW Sports Radio. Mark Wilson says, have you watched the Godfrey film on college football cheating? Much like The Blind Side, I won't watch it, will never watch it, and anybody in my family is never allowed to watch it. And if you watch it, that's on you. Does the B&B show air on Facebook? No. They don't. The cameras aren't not wide enough. Let's see. That was not nice. Matt Wyatt had come a long way on his video editing. He could even make you look good.
Maybe.
I mean, he'd have to be a master level video editor for that. This is devastating. Sounds like State needs a new official podcast. I want to tell you guys something. A lot of people reached out to me yesterday. Yesterday sucked. Yesterday was awful. Well, we kind of got this news at 11 o'clock Eastern time, and then after that, everybody kind of trickled out. People reached out to me. One guy that reached out to me yesterday was Joe Moorhead. Joe Moorhead sent me a direct message on Twitter telling me to keep my head up, and it's hard to keep good talent down. I'll bounce back. And I could have run through a wall at that moment. It was awesome. It was a first-class gesture, an absolute first-class gesture from somebody that didn't have to have the time to do it, but he did it. Your last day, you should have a shot of Jack with every shot of Jack. I am going to end the show with a shot of Jack on the radio version, not the. I don't drink, so I'm not going to do that. But yeah, that is awesome. That is awesome. So yeah. What else would you guys? I know you have more questions. I see Brian Haydad is here. Brian, I hope we're still on for the B&B show tonight. I invited myself on that show. Boss J. Coop says, first game, Austin Williams, 6 catches, 123 yards, 1 touchdown. Guidry, 3 catches, 90 yards, 1 touchdown. Oh, that'd be fun. That would be fun. Please keep doing your thing. We'll follow you, Trey Thorne. Thank you, Trey. I'm going to keep doing it in some form or fashion. There's going to be conversations over the next 6 weeks of how I do it. Will I still have this kind of distribution? What I'll figure out a way. Great message from Coach. Have you heard from Bump lately? Keon One Nettles. He reached out to me yesterday, but he reached out to me and said a sarcastic joke. Yeah. Wayman Hodge says, I just want to know which Walmart Landshark will be at. Well, right around the corner. Brian is live tweeting about not being able to comment. Oh, is he? Can he not comment?
Remember I banned him?
How do we unban him?
I can figure it out.
Figure out how to unban Brian Haydad. Somebody tell him on Twitter we're trying to figure out how to unban him. All right. Ginger Tuck, I'm going to miss you. Thank you, Ginger. I appreciate it. I'll still be on Twitter and Facebook, and I'll still have a podcast. I'm not going anywhere. Beyond the obvious, which teams do you think will be a challenge for us this fall? LSU is now going to be a challenge, I think. Kansas State's going to be a challenge. It's out there. Ole Miss is going to be a challenge. Depends on what you define as challenge. The only easy games in the SEC this year, I think Kentucky will be relatively easy. I think Arkansas will be relatively easy. But other than that, everything is going to kind of bring your lunch pail. I think we're going to beat Auburn. I think LSU is now more difficult now that they have a quarterback, at least before they ruin him. Really sorry to hear about the show. You've done a very good job there. No doubt you'll get another opportunity somewhere. Let us know where that is. I will follow you, Stephen Stafford. Thank you. You tell Mr. Chocolate Bar he ain't shutting me down. That is a reference to A League of Their Own. All the way May Bornavito said that. Any rumblings on the baseball coaching search? Is it probable that Henderson just stays with the job or that we're awaiting a bigger hire? Gary Henderson will not be the coach of Mississippi State University baseball next year. There is no possibility of that happening. There will be a bigger hire. I don't know who it is. Brandon, before your show ends, you need to do a greatest of the More Cowbell show of fantastic moments. That could last for days. That would be the longest show in the history of this medium. I still don't see the LSU needle moving with a guy who has never stepped foot on the field and only has 100 days to learn the playbook. It's LSU's playbook. Their coach is Ed Orgeron. I can learn that in 3 minutes. Their playbook is less complicated than a pizza place menu. Are you kidding? It's Ed Orgeron coach team. Oh, throw the ball. Throw the ball down the field. LSU. Go Tiger. You can't master that. I can master that playbook. I got LSU's playbook mastered now. Go take the center and ignore everything the coach said and make a play. That's the playbook. Sorry, Jay Hammers. For that very reason, the needle shouldn't move for them. No, I don't think it moves the needle much. But one of their weaknesses was going to be quarterback. If the guy was recruited by Urban Meyer, if the guy played at Ohio State, he can probably play. So it gives them a better option at quarterback. That's all. Keep us updated on Facebook. You are a great talent and a very handsome man and my favorite person ever, says Bill Anderson. I might have editorialized there. I'm just going to start editorializing on every comment. I'm just going to start editorializing. James King says, when is SEC Country going out of business? June 30th. We are shutting the doors. Oh, by the way, I have a couple of SEC Country shirts if you guys want them. How good are you at NBA Jam? I'm fantastic. I was down 7 to Christopher Smith, one of my bosses, yesterday. I was down 7 at the half, but I didn't get upset. I didn't get down on myself. I won by 13. I'm a winner. I'm a champion. You do a better Ed Orgeron than Ed Orgeron. Wait, what if we win the national championship in baseball? Is Henderson still not the coach? Burnell McGee, really ask yourself that. Really ask yourself. Aren't you just asking a question just to ask it? We're not winning the national championship in baseball. I mean, yeah, it'd be great to go to Omaha. It'd be great to do all that. Gary Henderson's not going to be the head coach of Mississippi State. He's not. And I don't know why we keep having this conversation. Gary Henderson stepped in the void this year. He was thrown into a tough situation. He did a good job. Thank you, Gary Henderson. Here's our new coach. It's not any more difficult than that. Create your own YouTube channel. I'm way ahead of you there, Mac. You and the show gave me something to look forward to during my recovery with my knee. Thank you very much. Amy Hall, thank you for that. Top of 7th, Georgia batting 2 outs and Ole Miss 2-1. Rain delay. They could fill in Hoover Met right now with water and make it a bass fishing tournament. I wouldn't care about what happens for the rest of this week. Cohen already told the staff they will be replaced. Stephanie Malone forward. Somebody said I had a spot on Ed Orgeron. I've never tried Ed Orgeron. So have we got Brian Haydad unblocked yet?
Getting there.
We're getting there.
More difficult than I thought.
Well, since it's you trying to figure it out, I would imagine so. TCU keeps winning. When they stop, we will have our coach, says Jay Hammers. So Jay Hammers is on the Jim Schlossnagle bandwagon. I know a lot of people are on the Dan McDonald bandwagon. You can't go wrong either way. You make living in Alabama more tolerable. Lynn Rhodes Gilmer, thank you for that. Anything I can do for the good people of Sullivan, Alabama, I'm going to do it. I don't think I've ever been to Sullivan in my life. But I know it's not very far from it's just across from Aberdeen, right? Is Terp going with you? We're all going. We're all at the door. Landshark's out the door. Landshark's getting married and then not having a job. How's that going? How's your fiance dealing with this? He all right? All right. I guess Daddy Moneybags will take care of it, huh? Brian says this is why John Talty is the only Terp worth knowing. It's pretty funny. Bring back Keep It 100? Possibility. That is possible. All right. Any more questions before we get out of here? You almost have Brian.
We're almost there. Yeah.
It's okay.
We're on a mission.
Okay,
now.
Wait a second. This is Facebook. It's literally like 3 buttons that do stuff on Facebook.
Yeah,
And it's taking 2 of y'all
we
right
can't
now,
find it.
and y'all can't figure it out.
The button does not exist.
I got a Maryland fan, and what do you mean 4 more minutes? Who gives a crap how long we go? Let's go to 1 o'clock. What does it matter?
We're watching a video to figure it out.
You're watching a YouTube video on how to unban somebody on Facebook.
It is not as easy as it sounds. I can't find these buttons.
You know, at first I was depressed. At first I was upset that I'm going to be out of a job June 30th. But then I got home and I started thinking, I'll never have to work with Terp and Landshark again. I'll never have to go to work and look at those befuddled faces on the other side of the glass.
Oh, I think we're getting there.
Are we getting there?
Oh, we're so close. She's looking at a list of names. Keep you updated.
Yeah. Damn shame this show's going away, isn't it? It's a quality enterprise right here. Keeping it a buck with Shrek was great. Thank you, Chris Phillips. You should take Terp on your next podcast, Thomas Loftus. Keon DeOne Nettles says, whatever happens, Brandon, I'll be there in support. Thank you, Keon. Appreciate that. How is your family handling it? My wife's ready to fight. No, my wife believes in my talent. She believes in me, and she's like, you know, it's going to lead to something bigger. So she's been fantastic. She's been amazing. Unban me, says Lance Musgrove. I don't think you are banned because I read that. Great show today. This is awesome. Thank you, Mac McBrayer. Move back to Mississippi, says James King. That's probably going to happen. My wife and kids were playing Would You Rather the other day because they play games at home because they have fun while I'm at work. And my wife said, would y'all rather live in Georgia or Mississippi? And it was unanimous. They would rather live in Mississippi. So, yeah. My prediction for baseball is Isaac Sparks. Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait. Your wife is so sweet. Hola, says Vakisha Hodges. Do you know my wife? Do you know her? I know Vakisha is Point City, just like me. Vakisha and I were in school together, but I didn't know you knew her. My wife used to teach in the community college or the college system there in Mississippi, so. I'm a realtor in Mississippi as well, so let me know if I can help. You can give me a house. Are they giving those away for free? If somebody buys 2, can you get 1 free? Start the new Alabama show and the place shuts its doors. Clyde Ray, that's not a bad point. Did Disney just come along? How's the Hey Dad search going? Have we hit a snag?
I don't know. I've gone off it. It's now all Landshark. She's failing.
You've bailed out?
Yeah, I stopped like 10 minutes ago. Oh. We're looking at a list of banned people and we see his name. We just don't know how to get him off said list.
Click on his name.
We've done that.
Right before you all got married, Vakisha Hodges, that seems like it was 40 years ago. Hate it for everyone else there, but you'll come out on top and be fine. Thank you, Kenny Manning. Isaac Sparks. We win whatever regional we go to. Face Ole Miss in the Supers. We win the first game, then Luke Alexander hits a walk-off in game 2 to go to Omaha. Well, that is certainly optimistic. Certainly optimistic. In the middle of difficulty lies opportunity, says somebody named Einstein. Ryan McMichael drops that quote. Who's the Einstein you're quoting? What is Keep It 100? Bonnie Williamson Gable, are you joking right now? Did you just discover Brandon Walker for more Cowbell? Did you not listen to my shows before this? Because I had shows called Keep It 100. I had shows called The Slant. We could use some quality state coverage on the coast. It is lacking. Austin T. McQueen, thank you very much. All right. I guess this is a good spot to end it for today. I guess Brian Haydad didn't make it. Brian, if you were watching, I want to say that I apologize for the absolute incompetence of my
It's way too hard to unban someone.
of my Ole Miss educated producer. She really gave it the old college try. Unfortunately, the college she went to did not give her the ability or the knowledge or anything else that would make her able to make real life decisions and anything. My name is Brandon Walker. Thank you for being here. We're going to go ahead and shut it down. We'll be back on Tuesday. We'll keep this going until June 30th. Memorial Day, enjoy your holiday. Go eat something barbecued, eat something grilled, go swimming, drink something cold, and we'll be back. We'll be back on Tuesday until June 30th. And hey, y'all see that email? Just saying. My name's Brandon Walker. How do I end this show? I've completely forgotten. My name is Brandon Walker.
You're listening to
You've been watching more.
Cowbell.
No, you got it wrong. You've been watching more Cowbell, the Mississippi State podcast on SEC Country.